How do you install a PTAC, a packaged terminal air conditioning unit? Today I'm going to show you how. This brand called TOSOT has an inverter driven PTAC unit. So it's got inverter technology. It also uses R32 refrigerant. So this is using the new A2L refrigerant. You're watching Taddy Digest. I'm Tad. Let's get started. Make sure that you order a wall sleeve for your PTAC. See this? This is a wall sleeve. And this is what we're going to put together, and this is what is going to go in the wall before we can slide the actual unit inside the hole that we cut in the wall for that sleeve. This is a grill, and this is for the outside. If you have a PTAC that you're changing out, maybe in a hotel, motel, then you don't have to order a wall sleeve. But this is a little shed here that we're putting the PTAC in, and there is no sleeve, there's no hole. So what we're going to do is put together this wall sleeve, and then I'm going to mark out my hole, and I'm going to cut it out and put my sleeve in before I put the PTAC in. After you unbox the wall sleeve, you're going to have four pieces. You're going to have the two side pieces, you're going to have the base plate, which is the bottom plate, and then the top plate. Those four are going to be connected together, and there's hardware that comes with the actual plates. It's right here in a plastic bag. You don't have to guess, you've got a manual. Now, when you put this together, the dimensions of this wall sleeve are 42 by 16. So it's 16 high, 16 inches high, and then 42 inches long. And that means that your minimum opening for the hole that the wall sleeve is going to be installed in has to be 42 1/4 by 16 1/4. And the inside dimensions of this wall sleeve put together is 13 3/4. So read the manual, don't guess. I'm going to go ahead and put these four pieces together using the hardware so you can see what it looks like when I finish. It's pretty easy to assemble. Just make sure that you know which is the back and which is the front. So this right here is the back. You can see this little foam right here on this base plate, and then that little guide. And then you've got a total of 8 screws, and you screw it from the inside, okay? So 8 screws. This is the back, this is the front. Then when you get to the grill comes with its own hardware as well as an installation manual, and the hardware is in this little plastic bag here. And what you've got is you've got the 6 screws and the clasp. So you're going to put the clasp through these little rectangular holes, and then you're going to screw this grill on from the inside, okay? So we'll put all these in, and then I'll show you this screwed in. Now we got the grill on. You can see, looks beautiful. And the way we attach that grill is on the inside. You can see we've got these 4 screws with these washers. And the key to that is line it up where you can take and screw those screws into their holes in the larger part, right? And then once you get those screwed in from the inside, then drop that grill down in place, drop those screws in place, and you're in good shape. Now we're going to mark out our hole. Super simple. I've got where the bottom mark is going to be here and here. I know this is 42 1/4, right? So I'm going to cut in between these boards. Now I'm just going to take and mark the 16 1/4. So we'll go up 16 1/4 right here. I'll do a mark here, and then on the other side I'll do another mark right here. So I got those marks. I want it to be straight. You can use a level. I suggest you use a 4-foot level. It's 48 inches, so it's longer than the actual length of that PTAC or wall sleeve. Or you can use a piece of cardboard that came with that PTAC, because I think it's 44 inches long. So now we're going to take our level. I like to use a level because, of course, you can look at a bubble and you can make sure that when you mark it out, it's actually going to be level. And you want it to be level, right? So now we mark out that bottom mark, and then we go up here where our top mark is, and it looks like it's pretty level there too. And then we mark it all the way across. Oh, go back up. And that out. All right, now we got our hole marked out where it's going to be. All right, got the hole cut. I framed the hole out with 2x4s to help support the PTAC. Now we've got the hole cut, it's framed out. Now we can push this wall sleeve into the hole and we get it where we want it, which I want mine maybe about 1 inch from the inside framed out 2x4s. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to make sure side to side it's level. See how it's level? Then we're going to take it and we're going to make sure that we have a tilt towards the back. We want a 1/4 inch slope for our drainage. So you can see where the bubble is right now. And then we're just going to tilt it back. All right? So you can see it's going to drain that water out. Now you can see from the side, you see that slight slope? That's what you want. When you get the sleeve lined up where you want it and you figure out how far you want it inside the room that you're installing the sleeve on, you want to take and pre-drill some holes. This is a 5/16 self-tap. The screws do not come with the sleeve that are used for holding the sleeve into the wall. So we get it where we want it. We're going to go at least 2 inches up inside the sleeve. You want to go 2 inches up, stay a minimum of 2 inches up and 2 inches from the top. And then we're going to take and we're going to pre-drill a hole right here. And I'm going to pre-drill a bunch of holes, and I'm using these 1.5 inch 5/16 screws to hold this PTAC. Now you don't have to use these screws. You could use 2 inch, 1/4 inch screws. I've got some of those right here, or wood screws. I might use a couple of these, but I would put at least 2 screws on this side and 2 screws on this side. Sleeve is secured in the wall here. I got 3 2-inch screws on each side. Decided to do that. Looks good. It's going to drain very well. Take a look at this. So inside you can see it says A2L, right? We got the reversing valve, so we know it's a heat pump. We got this motor right here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's got 3 windings. Come over here, we've got a heat sink because inside here is the inverter board. So we know for sure this uses an inverter. Then if we take the compressor blanket off, we can see U, V, and W. So this is a rotary compressor, and that is really cool. R32 compressor, look at that, 260 to 350 volts. So it is inverter tech. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside. You can see another label where it says A2L refrigerant. Let's go ahead and mount it in the sleeve. This right here is the lever for adjusting how much fresh air. Now we can't adjust it because we've got a Phillips screw that's holding this door shut. But if you want to be able to add fresh air in through this PTAC, you just take that Phillips screw off and then you can adjust this little lever here. We're not going to have any fresh air because our building is not really well insulated and we're already pulling in some air around the windows and the doors. All right, see these pieces? There's 4 of them. This is what holds the screws in through that PTAC and then to the wall sleeve. So you want to put these in their spots, right? So I want to put one here. I want to put one here. Then we want to put one over here. And then you'll have 4 screws. And then you want to put one here. Now, do this before you put the PTAC through the sleeve. Okay, you take the 4 5/16, looks like 2-inch screws that come with the PTAC that are located in the plastic bag with the manual. And then we're going to take and we're going to put these screws in to hold the PTAC. So, got those total 4 screws, and if it doesn't line up, no big deal. Just move the PTAC to make it line up. So I'll get these other 2 screws in, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's put the PTAC into the wall sleeve. We may need to get some help. Get over here. That's it. Slides in there. Now we've got the cover with the filters. I want to show you right here. We got this control panel, right? And this is how we turn on the cooling mode, heating mode. But right down here, you've got a terminal block, and this is for use with a thermostat. So you could actually run a thermostat wire, from this. Looks like you could use a 8 wire, 18 gauge, total number of wires 8. You could run that up the wall, put your thermostat on the wall. Make sure it's a heat pump thermostat, and it needs to be 2 heat, 1 cool. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it, we've also, looks like we've got a QR code they put on here, and then inverter, really nice. And then from the front, you see right here, you can adjust where the fresh air is if you choose to unlock that door back there. So we're just going to take this, we're going to set it in place like that. Look at that, man. That looks so fantastic. And we take our sticker off. Look at this. Easy to take your filters out. Washable filters. Now we're going to talk about power supply and the type of plug that you need and how to use your meter to check the voltage. Got the TESMEN meter. We're going to check this 240 volt receptacle. Make sure there's 240 volts to it. I just wired it. I used a 12-2 wire, and you can use a 20 amp double pole breaker to power this unit. Look at that, 239 volts. So, and this is how you check it. You put your meter leads right here in these slots, okay? So this is the ground. So get a receptacle like this if you need to install a new PTAC, 12-2 wire, 20 amps. We got 240 volts. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, take your plug, push it in. Let's see how quiet this is. Push the power on, and then mode, cooling, because it's hot. And then we can do fan speed on auto, fan speed on high, low, or medium. That's really cool. I'm going to put it on high. And look at that blower wheel. Now the motor inside is 300 volt as well. So it's 3-phase indoor motor, 3-phase outdoor motor, 3-phase compressor. We're taking and putting in AC power, and then that inverter is taking that power and making it DC. So really cool. I'm very impressed. I'm going to wait till it comes on, and then we're just going to see how loud it is and how much current it draws. If you need a PTAC, go to the website. I'll put the website link right here, and then I'll put that website link in the description. If you guys are looking for a mini split, I can get $100 off for you using discount code TADDYDIGEST. So use discount code TADDYDIGEST, you can get $100 off of a mini split. And if you need a PTAC, these are inverter technology PTACs with R32 refrigerant. So it's pretty cool, impressive. I've never installed a PTAC with an inverter. Waiting for it to come on now. Looks like it's probably got a 3 to 5 minute delay for the compressor, but the indoor fan starts running just to try to provide some comfort. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far, and make sure that you use some weather stripping or some sealant or caulking around the sleeve. That way you can seal up any of those holes around that sleeve where you may have a hole, because you don't want to have your air that you're using to condition your building just being drawn right out through those holes. So make sure you do that. But go check out the website. Hopefully this will kick on here in the next minute, and we'll do some checks. This is the 12-2 wire coming in the box, and I've got my clamp around one of the legs of power to the PTAC. Let's turn the meter on AAC, hit the select button. Looks like it's pulling 4.5 amps. Wow, nice. Let's check the supply air temperature. Now we're measuring the return air temperature with the K-type thermistor and the supply air temperature with this telescoping probe. And we've got 59 degrees on the supply, and then we got 77 degrees on the return. So 77 and 59, that is 18-degree temperature difference. And we want to see 18 to 22, so that is right on the money. Turned out really nice. And it's quiet. Overall, pretty impressed with the product. It does output a really good supply air temperature, and it does not use a lot of power. So if you're looking for a really nice PTAC, one that has good technology, inverter technology, go check out TOSOT Direct. This unit comes with a 5-year warranty, but you can get a 6-month extension by actually registering the product. And if you hit the mode button on the display right here, it'll actually display the room temperature. So it won't just display the set temperature, it will display the room temperature. If you want to learn more, go check out the link in the description. Don't forget to use TADDY Digest discount code to get $100 off of a split air conditioning system, a mini split from TOSOT. You've been watching TADDY Digest. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.